Hi, Lisa here. Today I'm doing the 3-layer splat. That's what I call it. It's got a top layer, it's got a middle layer that I call the highlight because it's supposed to look like the light is catching the edges and making them look brighter. And the 3rd layer is the shadow. Goes behind, and the shadow's a little bit bigger than the other 2 layers, so it looks like it has a shadow effect. I just love this splat. I cut this splat from the Dreams Come True cartridge on my Cricut. It's a Disney cart, as I call it. It's on page 41. And it looks like this. It's actually a border for Ariel, but you can do the splat as an icon. So that's how I did it, and that's why when I say ARLBDR, that's the name of this button, Ariel Border. I'm going to cut the shadow first. I always do, personal preference. And the shadow is the dark piece, royal blue, that goes behind. It's a little bit bigger, and it makes it look like the piece has a shadow. So I'm cutting this right now. To make it easier to follow along, I put letters in my cartridge. So A, B, C are the top 3 boxes. D, E, F are the bottom 3 boxes. I'm looking at box E right here. It says shadow base icon under here. It's really hard to read on the screen, but hopefully you have yours. And I have ARLBDR. I'm talking about the button, or the page name would be Ariel Border, and the Dreams Come True cartridge. I can tell you that because the splat shadow is in the top part of box E here, it means I'm going to have to hit the shift first and then hit my key. So here I'm going to have to put on the button shadow base icon first. I'm going to have to hit shift and then hit the Ariel Border button. So let me show you in real time what I'm talking about, because that's awfully confusing. Here's my Cricut, and we're going to try to cut this shadow for the splat piece. So I'm going to have to go to box E, which is the shadow base icon button. And I'm going to have to read these. And this one has shadow in the center, base on the bottom, and icon on top. That's the button they're talking about. Okay, I'm going to make this splat the same size as my set because I'm not changing my direction. So 2.25 inches. I'm going to have to load my paper. That will help. Okay, so the only thing left to do is to hit Shift, Ariel Border. Shift because it's the top of box E, and Ariel Border because that's the button. Hope that came out here. Okay, Shift because it's in the top part of E, and Ariel Border because that's the button I need. So, Shift, Ariel Border, let's see what it says. It's happy. I really love having that display. I'm done cutting the shadow piece. I want to move on to cut the highlight. So before I take the paper out, whenever I change cartridges or anything, I clear all my buttons, I hit clear display. I think it's just a good practice routine to get into. Clear display. You need to unload your paper. Well, before I load up the paper for the highlight, let me show you the cut we made. I should have done that. Okay. Now if you plan to make my scrap set, just save your paper and start cutting where you left off. It's the same exact, and there's these extra drops I don't use. You can use them for something else.